Hey guys, welcome back everybody. Hope you all are doing great. Guys, today in this video we are going to discuss some basic troubleshooting of layer 2 switches, L2 switches, and this is my scenario. Actually this is router on a stick scenario. A router on a stick scenario. I am using one router for inter-VLAN communication because we have two VLAN here, VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. So for the inter VLAN routing, I am using router, and this scenario is called router on a stick scenario. So you can also say like the topic of today video can be troubleshooting router on a stick scenario. And you can see in my scenario I have four PCs. PC1, PC2 are connected to switch number 1, and PC3 and PC4 are connected to switch number 2. And here is some issue. You can see PC1 and PC2 are not able to communicate with PC3 and PC4. Means these PCs are not able to communicate. And how they are connected, you can see PC1 and PC2 are connected to switch 1, PC3 and 4 are connected to switch number 2, and both the switches are connected together through Ethernet 0/2, and this link is configured as trunk link. After that, this link will be also trunk link, and here we will have two sub interface, right? Maybe f0/0.1 and f0/0.2. After that, see, topology is already configured, but we need to troubleshoot the issue. So guys, if there is issue between switch 1 and switch 2, right, let's say on this trunk link, so we need to verify all the L2 features, right, and protocols like your spanning tree protocol, STP protocol is working properly for both the VLAN or not. Because by default, if we are using by default STP protocol, then it is going to be PVST plus per VLAN spanning tree. So for both the VLAN, STP should work properly, right? We need to verify the VLANs, we need to verify the trunking, right? We need to verify the encapsulation protocol on the trunk link. We need to verify these SVI interface, like sub interface, sorry, not SVI, sub interfaces. We need to check here the encapsulation protocol on the sub interface, also encapsulation protocol. These encapsulation protocols should be matched. Allowed VLAN, native VLAN, right? So these are the possible issues that can occur here between switch 1 and switch 2, or between router and switch 1. So let's verify the issue first, and after that we'll see the troubleshooting, right? Step by step I am going to show you how you can find the issue and then how you can troubleshoot it. So first of all, let me access PC1 just to verify the IP address, the gateway. Here I have access of my PC1. Let me show you the IP here. What is happening here? Okay. So IP all. So IP address on PC1 is 10.1.1.1/24, and their gateway IP address is 10.1.1.100, right? I think this is the gateway running on router 1, on router sub interface. We can verify it, we can access the router, and here we can say enable show IP interface brief. So here you can see we have two sub interface, fast Ethernet 0/0.10 and fast Ethernet 0/0.20, right? And I think this is the interface for VLAN 10, because here we are running IP from VLAN 10 subnet. For VLAN 10, you can see my subnet is 10.1.1.0/24. This is the subnet for VLAN 10, and this is the subnet for VLAN 20. Right, so IP address from VLAN 10 subnet is running on f0/0.10, right? So that's why gateway IP address is configured correctly here on the PC. Let me ping gateway IP address, ping 10.1.1.100, and you can see I'm getting reply as well, right, from the router. I'm getting reply as well. Even we can verify the gateway is router only or not. We can debug IP ICMP here, and then we can generate ICMP packet. So you can see router is only generating the reply message, right? So router 1 is gateway for both the VLAN, for VLAN 10 and 20, and PC1 is able to ping their gateway. What is the issue? PC1 and PC2 are not able to communicate with PC3 and 4. Let me access PC3. I am not accessing PC2 now because PC1 and PC3 are in different VLAN. So let me check they are able to communicate or not. Let me access PC3 here, and before pinging, let me verify the IP here also. So IP all IP address over here is, you can see guys, correct IP address from the correct subnet 20.1, and the gateway IP address is 20.1.1.100. This is also right. So I am going to ping this IP address 20.1.1.1 from PC1 from 10.1.1.1. Let me take you to PC1 and say ping to this IP. And you can see PC3 is really not reachable from PC1. PC1 is not able to ping PC3. This is really issue here, but PC1 is able to ping their gateway, right? So, or R-A, only ARP, I think. Yeah. Even you can see PC1 is not able to resolve the MAC address of PC3, which is in different VLAN, which is in VLAN 20. PC1 is even not able to resolve the MAC address, right? There is only one MAC address in the ARP table. This is the MAC address of gateway, right? Now PC1 is able to ping their gateway, but not able to ping PC3. Let me do one thing. Let me access PC2 and let me verify the communication between PC1 and PC2, because they both belongs to same VLAN and both are connected to same switch as well. What happened here? Why we are not able to drag and drop? What the hell? PC2? I think my... Okay. On PC2, so IP all. Here IP address is 10.2. Let me take you to PC1 again and let me ping to PC2 now. Ping 10.1.1.10.1.1.2, and you can see I am getting reply, means PC1 and PC2 are able to communicate, right? So here it's look fine, like PC1 have correct IP address, we have verified that, correct gateway is also reachable, and the other user in same VLAN is also reachable, but VLAN 20 users are not reachable like PC3 and PC4. Let me take you to PC3. From here also I should verify the connectivity to gateway, that PC3 is able to ping their gateway or not. Ping 20.1.1.100, and you can see gateway is not reachable guys. PC3 is not able to ping their gateway. Let me access PC4 also here. This is some issue. Okay, let me say IP and 20.1.1.2. I think IP is already configured. Let me verify it. So IP all, yeah, IP address here is 20.2. So let me take you to PC3, and from PC3 I am going to ping PC4 to check connectivity between VLAN 20 user 20.1.1.2. So it is working. PC3 and PC4 are also able to communicate. So we have verified one thing. See, these two PCs are able to communicate. These two PCs are also able to communicate. But these two PCs and these two PCs are not able to communicate with each other. Definitely there is some issue over here, or maybe on the router, like this interface, this link. Let me verify it. Let me access any switch, switch 1 first. And the first thing which I am going to verify is, even you can see guys, on the switch there is one log message. This log message is saying what? This is CDP log message, native VLAN mismatch. CDP is generating one log message for native VLAN mismatch, right? Maybe DTP protocol is running on the port. Which port? 0/2, and 0/2 is your trunk port. On 0/2 port, native VLAN is mismatch. That error we are getting here. Maybe on switch number 2 also you are getting this log message. No, on switch 2 there is no any log. On switch number 1 we have one log of native VLAN mismatch. Yeah. So let me verify what is the native VLAN on which interface I am getting this error message. You can see you are getting native VLAN mismatch error discovered on Ethernet 0/2 and 0/2 interface is connected to switch number 2. Switch 1 0/2 port is connected to switch number 2. So on this trunk link native VLAN is mismatch. Let me verify what is the native VLAN over here. We can run command show interface trunk. So here native VLAN is, you can see guys, VLAN 10 for on 0/2 interface. On 0/2 interface native VLAN is 10 and on 0/3 which is connected to router is using native VLAN 1. Is using native VLAN is 1 on 0/3 interface. Okay, fine. Here 0/0. Okay, after that, after native VLAN you can also verify the STP for VLAN 10 and 20 it is working fine or not. Like so for VLAN 10, first of all we have STP for VLAN 1. I am verifying VLAN 10. So for VLAN 10 you can see 0/2 interface. 0/2 interface is in forwarding state and this port is the DP port, designated port. Sorry, 0/2. 0/2 is in blocking state for VLAN 10. For VLAN 10, 0/2 interface, which is trunk, is in blocking state. Is in blocking state. I think it is in inconsistent state. So interface status 0/2, here it's showing connected and port is trunk, but here in STP we are able to see this port is in blocking state. Even VLAN 1 instance is not running on 0/2 port. VLAN 1 instance, VLAN STP for VLAN 1 is only running on 0/3 interface, right? Because these two ports are access port for VLAN 10 and then on this interface VLAN STP instance for VLAN 1 is not running. That means guys, VLAN 1 is not allowed on this trunk link. VLAN 1 is not allowed on this trunk link. And another issue is for VLAN 10, 0/2 is in blocking state. Blocking state and it's showing root breach. What it's saying, this switch is the root breach. This switch is the root breach. For VLAN 10, here you can see this switch is the root breach and 0/2 port is in blocking state. But you know root breach ports is going to be DP always. All the ports will be DP. And for VLAN 20, also this switch is the root breach and 0/C. VLAN 20 instance is again not running on 0/2 port. VLAN 20 instance, STP VLAN 20 instance is only running on 0/3 port. On 0/2 port it is not running. That means VLAN 1 and 20 is not allowed on this trunk link. So interface trunk here. You can see guys here on 0/2 interface allowed VLAN is only VLAN 10. This is the first issue. Here both the VLAN should be allowed, VLAN 10 and 20, but only VLAN 10 is allowed. First of all, let me allow all the VLAN here. Config T interface E0/2 interface E0/2 switch port trunk allowed VLAN add. I am adding VLAN 1 and VLAN 20, right? And now so interface trunk. On the trunk link 0/2 you can see VLAN 1, 10 and 20, all the VLANs are allowed. Now so STP, now you can see for VLAN 10 and 20, for VLAN 20 we have 0/2 port as well here. For VLAN 20, now VLAN 20 instance is running here as well on 0/2 port. But for VLAN 10 it was showing down, it is still showing down, and even this switch is the root bridge switch. So now we can verify one more thing. So VLAN brief, that interfaces access ports are in correct VLAN or not. By the way, it is getting IP from the, like it is able to ping their gateway. That means it is both the ports are in correct VLAN, and you can see for VLAN 10. In VLAN 10 we have these two interfaces, Ethernet 0/0 and 0/1. right? And native VLAN we have verified that that is VLAN 10, but I am getting native VLAN mismatch error. Let me access switch 2 now. On switch number 2 I am going to check the native VLAN first. So interface trunk. On switch number 2 I have only one trunk link, that is 0/2, and native VLAN is 1 here, which is default one, right? So first of all here also we need to change the native VLAN. Interface is 0/2, switch port trunk native VLAN is going to be 10, native then VLAN and then 10. Now native VLAN is same, so interface trunk, you can see here also native VLAN is now 10. On switch number 1 also native VLAN is now 10. So interface trunk. So now you will not get native VLAN mismatch error. You can see native VLAN is same, but now I am getting another error. You can see another not error log message. What it's saying? Unblocking Ethernet 0/2 on VLAN 1 and port consistency restored. After that the another port 0/2 for VLAN 20, sorry, for VLAN 10, for VLAN 10 and for VLAN 1 it was blocking in blocking state. Now it have restored it. Now if you are going to check the STP, so as spanning tree protocol, so for VLAN 10, let's say, for VLAN 1, for VLAN 10, for VLAN 10 you can see 0/0, 0/1, these two are access port in VLAN 10, and 0/2 and 0/3 are the trunk links, and these are DP ports because this switch is the root bridge, and status is forwarding, right? Cost, you can see those things. Fine. On switch number 2 now you can see I am not getting native VLAN mismatch error. On switch number 2 also I got the same message, so is spanning tree. Now for VLAN 10, for VLAN 10 root bridge is this one, and their 0/2 port is root port, and for VLAN 20 also 0/2 port is root port, and these are two access ports in VLAN 20, right? So now everything looks fine. Let me try to send ICMP packet again from PC1 to PC3. Let me take you to PC1 and let me ping ICMP packet to 20.1.1.1. Still I am not able to ping. Let me do one thing. Let me try to ping the gateway IP address from PC number 3. PC3 gateway 20.1.1.100. PC3 is still not able to ping their gateway. PC3 is still not able to ping their gateway. So now let's troubleshoot it. So IP all. So IP all. And this is the MAC address of this PC, guys, PC3. I am going to verify that when PC3 is pinging to gateway, these switch are learning the MAC addresses or not, right? So let me take you to switch number 2 first. On switch number 2 I am going to say show MAC address table and then address. Show me your MAC address table, like this address in your MAC address table, and it is showing you that switch is learning this MAC address on which interface? On 0/0 interface. In which VLAN? In VLAN 20. In which VLAN? In VLAN 20 it is learning the MAC address of PC3. Okay. Now switch 1 should also learn this MAC address on 0/2 interface. Switch 1 should learn this MAC address on 0/2 interface, PC3 MAC address. So let me take you to switch 1 and let me run command here. So MAC address and then this address. Okay, you can see switch 1 is also learning this MAC address on 0/2 interface, and after that switch 2 is going to perform tagging on the trunk link when it will forward the traffic to switch 1, and switch is going to find tag number 20. It will forward from the another trunk link 0/3 interface, and it will add tag of VLAN 20. When switch router is going to receive, router will receive traffic with tag value 20. So which interface is going to process it? F0/0.20. And same switch 1 should learn the MAC address of F0/0.20 0/0.20 of router 1 on 0/3 interface, which is the gateway of VLAN 20. So let me take you to router number 1, and here I am going to say show me the MAC address of interface f0/0.20. I can say include BIA. Here is the MAC address. Let me check. Switch 1 is learning MAC address of VLAN 20 interface over here or not. So MAC address table address, and this one, this address this time. So you can see switch 1 is learning MAC address of this MAC address, guys. Same MAC address on 0/3 interface in which VLAN? In two VLAN, in VLAN 1 and in VLAN 10. This is error. It should learn this MAC address in VLAN 20, not in VLAN 1 and 10. Right? Maybe if there is any user in VLAN 1, then it can be in VLAN 1 also, but not in VLAN 10. This MAC address should be in VLAN 20, not in VLAN 1, 20. In VLAN 20, we are not able to find it. So here is the issue between our switch 1 and router 1. Let me check. So run interface E0/3 interface, running configuration of this interface. So on this interface, you can see only two commands are applied: switch port trunk encapsulation.1q and switch port mode trunk. This is true. Here we don't have any issue. That means there is some issue on router. Let me access R1. R1, and on R1, let me check. So IP interface brief. IP address on f0/0.20 is correct, 20.1.1.100. Let me check the running configuration. So run interface f0/0.20. Here it's saying interface f0/0.20 encapsulation protocol native VLAN 1. Okay, so this interface should be, guys, configured for VLAN 20, right? Encapsulation protocol.1q should be for which VLAN? For VLAN 20, not for VLAN 1, right? Like on f0/0.10, you can see encapsulation.1q for which VLAN? For VLAN 10, but on f0/0.20 we have configured for VLAN 1, right? This is the issue. Let me correct it. Interface f0/0.20 and encapsulation.1q for which VLAN? For VLAN 20. And now verify it. That's why switch was learning the MAC address of this interface in VLAN 10. Now let me take you to PC3 again, and let me ping to the gateway. Ping 20.100, and now you can see I am getting reply. Now I am getting reply. And now if you are going to check on all, now if you are going to check the MAC address table of switch for gateway MAC address interface f0/0.20 include BIA. The switch is learning this MAC address on which interface? Switch 1. So you will find in VLAN 20 on 0/3 interface in VLAN 20 now. My mouse is not working properly today. Now go to switch 1 again and show MAC address table, then address, and now you can see it is learning this MAC address in VLAN 20, not in VLAN 10 now. Okay, so everything looks fine now. Let me check the connectivity from PC1 to PC3. Now there should be reachability, and now you can see reachability is there, ping is working. Now PC1 is able to ping PC3, they are able to communicate, right? From PC2 you can also ping 20.1.1 working, and you can ping 20.1.1.2 also. PC4 ping is working, right? So there was some issues related to VLAN trunking, native VLAN, right, and allowed VLAN, right? We verified the issue and then we have fixed it. Okay, so like this we are troubleshooting basic issues at layer 2 switches. Okay guys, that's all for today. And if you have learned something from this video, please hit on like button. If you have any question, query, concern, please let me know in the comment section, guys. If you are new on the channel, if you have not subscribed this channel till now, please subscribe this channel. I will meet you soon in the next video. And if you have any scenario like this, the real-time scenario, and you want to know the troubleshooting step, you can share the scenario. Definitely I will try to create video as soon as possible. By the way, we'll meet soon with another scenario. Till then, stay safe. Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Thank you.